Alright everyone, how you doing? Welcome to Game 3 of the Steamroller 2016 event that I went to a couple weeks ago. This is going to be a matchup between my Sloan list and my buddy's Karchev Juggernaut spam list. I know right now I think the Mad Dog spam might be the most popular Karchev spam, but my buddy decided he wanted to play as many Juggernauts as he could, and we'll get in to see how that went for him. My list is going to be the exact same Sloan list with Reinholdt, Stormwall, Defender, Double Hunter, Versh, Alten Ashley, and then the Tempest Blazers. Not an awful lot going to change there. I thought between this list and the Siege list, this one can put out a little more consistent damage, whereas the Siege list puts out one big turn of damage. We'll see how that one goes. On my buddy's turn is Khador. He's got Karchev the Terrible with Reinholdt. I'm not really sure what Reinholdt does for him, but I'm not a Khador player, so... but he then threw in Ruin and 5 Juggernauts. So that's just going to be a lot of boxes and a ton of armor to chew through. Up front, you'll see when we get to the picture, he's got all those auto points of damage that he can work with that Khador has access to. The only thing he's missing is he doesn't have an Iris in the list. So he's got the Widowmaker Marksmen, Alten Ashley, Kell Bailoch, and then the Widowmaker Scouts. And then just for an extra 2 points, he's got the Gobber Tinker to repair anything. Repair himself if need be. On to the battle report. So I went ahead and I won first turn again. So that was good for me. I won first turn the whole day, but it's depends on who you are, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. Going on the extraction game, I think scenario. I like this scenario. I went ahead and deployed my Stormwall central just to the right of the center line. The hunters off to the left of the center line with the defender. He does have that giant forest that he will be able to sit right behind. I really, since I won the roll, I should have gone second and taken that side of the forest, because he can literally just sit behind the forest the entire game, and I have a shooty list, and that is no good. One piece of note on this terrain is we played that RPG that set this table up. He was playing that little road in the center, railroad tracks, as man-made obstacles. So, our man-made material, so you couldn't dig into it if you had a dig-in. Which, not that big of a deal, because it's pretty small strips, but it could, in different games, it may have made a difference. It's nice to see different terrain be out there. Tempest Blazers are going to go ahead and flank around that side of the building, try and stay behind. You can see a little fence there and the building for cover. And then here goes turn 1. So I go ahead and run everything up, keep the defender behind a wall to protect him from those auto damages, keep one of the hunters behind the wall. Alten Ashley gets into the forest, and then Harlan Versh stays back behind the wall, giving him the defense 18 as well. Put refuge up onto Kara and move forward. I was actually able to shoot down the Widowmaker Marksmen on my turn with the hunter number 1. Thanks to True Sight. My opponent actually didn't realize that I had True Sight, so that's good for me. Opponent's turn 1, he gets all 4 Widowmaker Marksmen, or Widowmaker Solos, Widowmaker Scouts into the forest, and is able to put 4 points of damage into my hunter number 1. Alten Ashley runs over and attempts to shoot, but misses my one of my Tempest Blazers, and then Kell Bailoch, who does not have Pathfinder, thankfully, is unable to get close enough to shoot one of my hunters, so he takes a shot at one of my horses as well and misses him too. See, he puts the Black Juggernaut up onto the Cygnar terrain piece there on the left, and then moving on, he's just grouping up a couple of his Juggernaut and Ruin next to Karchev, and then 3 Juggernauts on my right side. On my turn, you see I was able to take off completely destroy the blue Juggernaut from the right side, put a couple points of damage, or significant damage, into the red Juggernaut, and put a couple points onto the black Juggernaut that's up on the hill. Fortunately for me, I was able to shoot the red Juggernaut with Alten Ashley to keep him from being repaired by the Gobber Tinker. That will be very important. I went ahead and ignored the snipers because honestly the jacks are way too important to worry about the snipers at this point, but I did get a couple of my Blazers to kill off Alten Ashley and Kell Bailoch, which was good for me. Stormwall put a couple shots into the blue one, and then I think his last shot actually went into the black one to do a couple points of damage into the black Juggernaut on the right, behind over by the wall. My opponent turn, he's able to get the black Juggernaut up onto the right flag. Sniper was able to kill one of my horses that was on the right, the only thing that was contesting that flag, so he will get a control point from that. He moved the red Juggernaut onto the red flag and will not be able to score there because my hunter is contesting that zone, but his other 3 snipers were able to take out the gun arm of my hunter number 1 there. And then he just moved the black Juggernaut and Ruin into threatening positions. He's got that counter spell, that counter charge spell up pretty much the entire game also. So if I move in, I have to be aware of that counter charge threat. On to my turn 3, I do believe. Went ahead and pumped a couple shots into the red Juggernaut from the broken arm of my hunter. Put a couple shots from the defender into the red Juggernaut, but unable to kill him. Kara put a couple shots into the black Juggernaut that is on the flag, and then Stormwall went ahead and moved in, punched on the black Juggernaut to kill it, and did a couple points of damage onto that. I want to say metallic red Juggernaut that was in the back by the forest. And then the other hunter number 2, shot and missed his shot into the red Juggernaut that would have killed the Juggernaut on the flag. You will notice that a couple of snipers died thanks to a storm pod. And that is it for that turn. Harlan Versh is not doing an awful lot this game thanks to my opponent not having any upkeep spells, and POW 10s don't do much to armor 20s. On my opponent's turn, you'll see Stormwall is now missing. That stained glass piece behind Karchev is his feet, so he went ahead and popped his feet. Karchev moved over, and with Karchev and the Juggernaut, thankfully it took both of them to kill my Stormwall. He's unable to control or dominate the right flag, which is good for me. But Ruin and the black Juggernaut on the left are able to base the flag on my left, and the red Juggernaut and the black Juggernaut were able to kill the hunter. Fortunately, they were not able to get to my defender, so my defender is safe and sound for now. On to my turn. I attempted to kill the red Juggernaut, but was unable to do so with the hunter. I think the hunter missed his shot again. Kara put a couple shots into Ruin to start working on Ruin, and then I sent the defender in. Thankfully, his movement did not trigger countercharge, or it did trigger countercharge, but because Ruin couldn't fit through the other 2 Juggernauts that were standing there, the defender was unharmed from Ruin. The idea was to kill the red Juggernaut to move the defender to have the defender charge into Ruin and mess up Ruin and at least fry his cortex with my shock hammer. But stuff happened. Bad planning on my part. And then Ruin goes ahead and he moves up and is, thanks to the black Juggernaut's cortex being destroyed and the Ruin not being able to get it done himself, my defender is able to live through the turn, although he is severely crippled. I think the only thing he has left is his gun arm. And then the small metal Juggernaut on the right is able to move up and base the flag as well. The 2 sitting on my objective is 2 points of damage that his Widowmaker has put into my objective, just to start plinking away, I guess. And then Karchev moves back into the forest to be unseen by my hunter and Kara. On my next turn, I moved my defender, literally had like 1 box left, so I just moved him away so he could take the free strike, so that Kara could shoot the Ruin and do a couple points of damage to Ruin. She's going to be camping 4 focus, I believe. And then ran Harlan Versh over to contest the right flag, which triggered a counter charge by his Juggernaut. Fortunately, his Juggernaut missed. The Hunter number 2 went ahead and shot that Juggernaut and is now within range to get to the flag next turn, although he is not contesting. I think I'm down 3-0 at the moment. And then my opponent, all he has to do is he sends his Juggernaut to kill, or he sends Karchev to kill the Harlan Versh. The Juggernaut moves over and kills my Hunter. The Gobber Tinker is able to run to control the fight flag, and then Reinholdt is able to run to control the left flag, and he is going to go ahead and win on control points. Fun fact though, he did attempt to kill Kara with Ruin and failed, so got a little moral victory there. But anyway, it was a good game. My opponent was very good. He's a very good player. If you guys know who Cool Kurt is, that's who my opponent was this round. I love the game. It was good. I don't know if Kara is the right answer for a Karchev spam of this type. I think she can probably handle the light, the Khador light, that's in quotation mark, spam of the Mad Dogs. We'll have to see if I ever run across it. But thanks for watching the games, guys. If you've seen all my videos, let me know what you guys think. Do you like these kind of reports? Do you want me to continue doing tournament reports like this? If I can. They're a lot easier to make, so I can put out a lot more of these than I can the video ones. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all later.